Welcome to the Clopen Effect, a funny retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Yay.
Hi.
We are so excited that you're here. Thanks for reaching out to us.
Oh, well, it just seemed appropriate because, going back into retail, I'm like, why? What am I thinking?
As soon as Meredith told me, I'm like, she did what now?
Yeah.
I was just looking at how long we've known you, and we have liked your page since August of 2022, and then our first interview with you was September of 2022. It's been 4 years.
Holy cow. Yeah.
That's amazing.
You must have been one of our first guests on
I was
the
thinking
show.
that.
Early days.
Yeah.
I think you found us
for
maybe
sure.
on Instagram and maybe sent a message, and now we just chat on all the socials because you have to be on everything to get your stuff out there, right?
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what happened because I had published my book, Spent, and I was like, there's got to be a retail podcast out there. Like, that's not like talking about how to be a better manager and all that kind of like
business
stuff.
boring.
Right? I didn't want that. Yeah,
Nothing wrong with those for all the other podcasts that listen to us, but still.
Right? Yeah, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So your podcast came up, and I was like, I'm going to listen to this, and it was funny and it was on the mark, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna reach out to these ladies.
That's awesome.
So you have the book Spent. So those that haven't listened to that episode, go back to listen. It's September of 2022. All they have to do is look up your name. You're the only Dana we've ever interviewed. So if they search for it, they'll find you. And then we talked about Spent, and that was amazing. Just like how you went through that. But can we talk about some of your other books too? How many do you have in total?
7 now.
Oh my
7.
gosh.
I know one just came out here. We have a new screen, so I get to show Cass we have a new screen that she can see everything. So she's got Raising Cain now.
Oh.
And which one is your most popular right now? Or does it kind of trend, depends on...
It depends on what's going on, right? So my bestseller was my debut, which was a memoir called The Girl in the Gold Bikini.
Yes,
So that was all about growing up with a narcissistic mom who was obsessed with my weight.
Yes.
And she was like that until the day she died. But I always say, spoiler alert, I turned out okay after all.
Right?
Right?
But still read the book.
Right? So that's like to date my bestseller. And I think it's because A, it was my debut, and B, it speaks to a lot of issues that women of our generation and after or even before are very familiar with, but never had someone put voice to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like, unfortunately, it's happening again.
It is happening
Like,
again.
we kind of shoved it down, and now it's coming up again, so.
Yeah. So, like the whole, like everything around food and diet and family dynamics. And I still get emails to this day from women who find the book and say, I'm so grateful I found it because now I don't feel like I'm the only one who went through all this.
Yeah.
But the best part is when a guy reads the book.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right? Because it's so female focused. It's focused on diet and diet culture in the feminine view. And when a man reads it, it changes the way that they think. I actually had one guy read it and said to me in a message that it changed the conversation he had with his daughters around food.
Oh. Wow.
And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, I was bawling. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's great. And then for a while, I wrote a memoir about menopause.
Mm-hmm.
That's very short, very punchy, very funny.
Mm-hmm. Is
so
that Murder on My Mind?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one. Good guess. Yeah, and that one does pretty well depending on how much I'm talking about it and how much I'm involved in menopause conversations. Because when I wrote it, there was like, I don't know if you guys know Dr. Marie Haver. She's like a big menopause expert all over Instagram. There's Dr. Jenny Gunter. So Dr. Jenny Gunter published her book just after I published my memoir about menopause. And then Dr. Maria Haver published hers 3-4 years ago or something. And they're they're excellent clinical books, about menopause, right? And like incorporating things that you can do to sort of assuage some of the symptoms. But my book wasn't like that at all. It was a memoir, and it was like, okay, so this is what it feels like when you're having a hot flash.
Yeah.
Like, people describe sweatiness or a lot of discomfort. I really thought I was dying. And I had my first hot flash when my husband's boss was over for dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
People still have their husbands' bosses over for dinner?
Yeah, well, we don't anymore. I don't know if that's related to menopause or not, but no, we don't. Yeah. So that one does okay. And then I have Spent, of course. And then I wrote 2 middle grade novels for readers 8 to 12. It's fiction, very much science-based. So those are called Shift and Flow. It's a duology. But they do stand alone. So if you just want to, like, one is about Earth and one focuses on Earth, one focuses on oceans. So if you have a kid who's like, I don't care about Earth, I want to read about oceans, they can absolutely pick up Flow. Yeah. And then in November of 2024. Wow. Holy crap.
Right?
November of 2024, I put out my first adult fiction. I always hesitate to say that because I feel like when I say, oh, it's an adult book, like people think porn, but no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, not that adult.
Right. So, yeah, it falls really into women's fiction. So it's about an assassin who's 63, forced into retirement before she's ready because her eyes are failing her. Big surprise. And she very quickly discovers she has no social skills whatsoever. She's never had a friend. She's never had a relationship. Her whole life was executing very, very bad people. So she thinks that the solution to figuring out how to live the rest of her life now that she has no work is to go to a speed dating night.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, which is, honestly, that scene was so much fun to write because I could bring out all the unbelievable things that happen at a speed dating event.
Yeah.
Because I had been to more than one when I was young, and my husband, bless his heart, when he read one of the early drafts and he read that scene at the speed dating, he turned to me and he goes, "Do those things really happen?" I'm like, Yeah, they do. So anyway, she doesn't meet the love of her life. She meets 3 women who become her ride and die and teach her what it means to be a friend and how to be a friend.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it's a feel-good story about female friendship.
Yeah. And what is that one called? That one was called Last Shot?
Katja Nuskov's Last Shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then Raising Cain just came out, you said.
Yeah, Raising Cain just came out a few weeks ago, and it's slowly starting to build. And this one is about a girl who her brother died when she was 8 from cancer, and her parents just like flipped out and said, "Okay, we're done. We're leaving normal life. We're picking up," and they moved to a commune in the middle of nowhere, Idaho.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, like, all their possessions were burned, like the stuff they brought with them. Their names were changed, and she spent a lot of time adjusting to this new life and tamping down who she really was in order to fit the mold and fit the expectations of everybody else on the commune. Fast forward 7 years, there's a devastating fire, and she's the only one left alive. Wow. So, yeah. So not only has she lost everybody she's known for the last 7 years in one night, she now has to deal with that grief. She has to deal with survivor's guilt. And also as she's recovering in the hospital, she's starting to remember that she had another name before.
Oh.
So, yeah. So when she finally does remember her name, they're able to find her grandmother, which you would think would be a great thing. But she's freaking out because she's like, wait a minute, I got to go live with this lady. I don't know who this lady is. Like, she hasn't seen her for 7 years. And she was 8 at the time, and now she's 15, and this lady's a stranger and coming to get her and yoink her back to Billings, Montana, where they lived and where she where she spent the first 8 years of her life. So I really threw everything I could at this poor girl. So she's okay. So let's recap. She's dealing with grief. She's dealing with survivor's guilt. She's got to go and live with a stranger who, is also dealing with her own grief because it was her son that was the girl's father. And also she now has to reintegrate into modern life after being
goodness.
so sheltered for 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. But she perseveres and she does come out ahead, but not until she's gone through some, teenage stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, do you have Audible too? Do you do your own
I do,
Audible?
yeah.
Do you do your own?
So I did my own for my memoirs because that just felt right to me. Like if you have a memoir, it should be your voice.
Right.
Yep.
And also, to have a guy read a book about menopause just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
No. My middle grade books, my publisher took care. Well, my agent was able to find me a deal with Tantor Media. They're a huge audiobook publisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they hired a wonderful narrator named Brian. His last name escapes me now, but he did such a good job. I was able to pick from a couple of samples, and I picked him, and he did such a great job with these kids' books. I'm super happy. And Catching Oscar's not yet in audio, nor is Raising Cain. Those will come in the maybe not so near future, but they'll come.
Amazing.
Yeah, I do like listening while I'm driving.
Yeah,
so.
we're in our cars a lot, so we always ask if there's Audible for it.
Yeah,
so.
cool.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the success of books.
Thank
wow,
you.
amazing.
That is
Looking
so
forward
cool.
to reading all of them.
Yeah.
Raising Cain sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in Raising Cain. I'm interested in all of them, and of course, Spent we've read years ago. I probably should review that one again. Yeah.
I still have all my little sticky notes in it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, so fun. So you have all this work that you're doing, all this beautiful work, all this writing.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you reached out to us and said you got some retail stories. What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay. So
Listen, people, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I got to interrupt.
Yeah.
Go buy her book so she can quit working retail,
Right.
okay?
We will share all the links. We will make sure everyone knows all the books you have out so that you can quit this retail life.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I went back willingly. So
all right.
here's what happened, right? So I was kind of like partially retired. So much like my assassin in my novel, my job sort of was fading out from under me. And like my other job, I'm a writer, but not quite full time. So I have another gig where I shoot video for depositions and medical appointments and stuff like that. So the work was drying up because a lot of the doctors who do this and who will allow a camera into a medical exam are hiring. Oh. And the new doctors are like, no, I'm not letting a camera into my room. So, okay. So I was like, oh, that's fine. Like I'm maybe, this is a sign to lean into writing full time and be partially retired and just take the work when it comes and so on and so forth. So let me tell you, after 2 months, I was so bored.
Really?
Oh.
I was so bored. And I thought, oh, God, do I want to find a job? Yeah, maybe I'll just find like some part-time job. I'll go back to retail. So I applied to the bookstore. Like we have our version of Barnes & Noble is called Indigo Books.
Okay.
And I worked for Indigo Books. Well, I worked for Chapters, which was a big box bookstore that was bought by Indigo way back in the 90s. So I worked for Chapters 26 years ago, and I thought, you know what? If I'm going to go get a job, it's got to be something that I want to do where I'll be happy, right? Like I'm not going back to Old Navy. I'm not folding clothes again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I'm not doing resets again. No thanks. Yeah. So I thought, all right, I'm either going to like apply at the possible to get into because everybody wants to work at the library here. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll apply to Indigo. So I applied there was one store in my neighborhood that was hiring. So I applied, and almost immediately the bot responded with sorry, we don't have a position for you.
Oh gosh.
I was like, oh, okay, that's weird. Whatever. And then another store that was hiring, and it's the number one store in Western Canada. It's the busiest store in Western Canada. And I was like, oh, do I really want? I don't know. Like, I just kind of want to coast this time if I'm going back into retail, but something to just apply. So I tuned up my resume again, thinking that it was probably going to be a bot that was scraping my resume, which is probably why I got like an almost instant rejection. But that's not the case. So I did some like fun, smart ass things in my resume, but like, you know, books are life. And if I can't talk about books, like what is the point of coming to work kind of thing? I put these comments, like I made like a little colored side box on my resume that had like these quotes of mine about books and the industry and all kinds. And then I think 2 days later, I got a call to come in for an interview to this really, to the busiest bookstore.
Wow.
In Western Canada. Yeah. And on a lark, I reapplied to the store that rejected me just for funsies. So 2 days later, I get called in to the busy bookstore. I have an interview. It was for a part-time customer. We call them customer experience representatives. So basically customer service. Right? Yeah. Everything the acronyms. Oh my God. We'll go back to that because it's like a whole new language I had to learn. So I have the interview. I was there for an hour and a half for a part-time gig because I kept asking questions because I work for this company. I know how they operate. I understand operations. So I'm asking about sales and targets and customer demographics and shrink numbers and like all these things. And at the end of near the end of the interview, she said to me, I know you applied for a customer experience rep, but would you be interested in operations? And I went, no,
I'm not going back there.
Thank you very much. But I would much rather be on the sales floor helping the customers. That's where I'm at right now. And so she said, great. She goes, thank you for telling me. It was lovely to meet you. And as I got my hand on the door to leave the office, she says, you'll have an offer by Friday.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, okay, wow. And I felt so guilty because like I know so many people are trying to find, like so many young people are trying to find part-time jobs. And I just like, you know, I hit the bullseye from really the first try.
Yeah.
So on Friday, the offer comes in and I'm reading it. And as I'm reading it, my phone rings and it's the store that rejected me the first time calling me to come in for an interview. And I said, yeah, you just missed the boat because I'm about to sign an offer from this other store. So I went back willingly with absolutely zero ambition to climb any kind of ladder. And I think that was the game changer for me.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I didn't want to be I knew I didn't want to be a manager. I just wanted to come in, do the job to the best of my abilities,
and go home.
You know, push the stuff on the customers that I'm asked to push onto them, and then like clock out at the end of my shift.
Yep.
And surprisingly, it's been so rewarding.
Good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and I love it there. My 20-year-old son says to me, "Mom, you found your soul house."
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. That's like such a great thing to say. Because I do, like, I love the bookstore. I love talking about books with people. I started in August of 2025. So now we're we're March 2026. And I think after the Christmas season, which was exhausting.
Yeah, I bet. Chaotic.
Because I was hired in August. I didn't really start working multiple shifts a week until October. And then it was like, oh, wait a minute. I have to get like shoes that don't hurt my feet or throw out my back.
Yeah.
Because like I'm over 50 now, right? So if I sneeze, I can dislocate my shoulder. I got to be careful. So I had to get like shoes and insoles, and like for a while I was taking 2 pairs of shoes to work so I could change them out mid-shift, and just because my job is to walk the floor for the entire 5 hours of my shift. So walk the floor, clean up when it's not busy, but mostly focus on customers. And it took maybe 3 months for people to realize, and for me to realize, just how well read I am. I'm probably the most well read in the store. So it becomes like this. I don't know. Ask Dana. I don't know. Let me ask Dana. Right. So, and the best was at Christmas, this woman came in just like, I think it was probably like 2 weeks before Christmas. And she comes in and she says, I need to find this book for my daughter. I don't know who wrote it. I don't know what the title is.
Oh my gosh.
And she's talking to one of my managers. And I was standing off to the side, sort of cleaning up, folding sweatshirts. I ended up folding clothes anyways because we carry a whole line. And there's a funny story about that too. Anyhow, so I'm walking by and I'm standing nearby, and this lady's like, I don't even know what color the cover is. Like, I just know that my daughter wants this book. So the manager says, well, do you know what it's about? And she said, the mom said, not really, but what I think is it's written like one half is written from one perspective, and then you turn the book over and you flip it over, and it's a different perspective from that side. And I said, the same backwards and forwards. And my manager looked at me like her head whipped over, and she's like, how do you know that? And I said, I've not read the book, because the mom said, did you read it? And I said, no. But I'm so ingrained in book culture now because I'm a writer that I pick up on all this stuff. I see what people are talking about. So,
wow.
So that's like the joke is like, Dana she doesn't need an author or a title or even the color of the book. If you just tell her the premise, she'll be able to
figure it out
in this ginormous bookstore.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah. But about the clothing. So we have a whole section of sweatshirts. And of course, they're picked over. And as clothing retailers, you know how this looks very, very quickly after a couple of hours of being shopped. Mm-hmm. So I just sort of stood there and I just started folding. And all the muscle memory from Gap and Old Navy days was like, woohoo, you got this. And I just started whipping them. And one of my coworkers, she's like, can you show me how to do that? She's like, how do you know how to fold those things so that they look all like exactly? Because, you got to get the fold right in the sweater.
Right. I don't know how to do that.
And you can see the size strip and all that kind of stuff, right? It's just like, it's all comes back to me on a daily basis when I'm in the store.
So here, I don't know if they have it there, but they have a board that flips.
Oh, the folding board.
The folding board at the Old Navy by us. You do it all by hand.
Yeah. Yeah, because we don't have that much clothing product that we need to buy those things.
Yeah.
So, I remember those boards. They came in after I was gone, which was really sucky.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So did I see on a post that you do displays as well? Do you do the tables too?
Okay. So this is what's really cool. So the bookstore that I work in, because it's so big and so busy, we have dedicated staff who do all the merchandising. So like they start at 5 o'clock in the morning, they work 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and they will do all the resets. They'll merchandise all the tables. They'll bring out all the stock. They'll build the displays. They do all that. But occasionally we have to fill holes or we're asked to build a display. So we have some empty shelves. Do you guys know what jelly cats are?
No.
I do. Yeah.
They're the
they're like
the plushies.
Yeah, little stuffed animals.
They're very very expensive. Ooh. Very expensive stuffed animals.
It's like
they come from England.
What was the big ones when we were younger? The the Beanie Babies.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's what it is now. It's jelly cats. They're called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only like 4 times the price.
Yeah.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. So I'm on Indigo right now on the website, and it says trending searches, and Jellycat's number 2 on there.
Oh, gosh.
Nido's first, and then Jellycat.
Oh, Nido.
Number 1, yeah.
Jenny was just asking me about that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. Oh, $90 for an outfit.
Yeah.
For a Jellycat. Okay. I see it now. $62 for a carrot cake.
For a carrot cake?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a broccoli for $85.
Oh my God.
$85.
Get out of here.
It's crazy. So anyway,
Wait, hold on. I'm so sorry, Dana. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
There's a croissant. I would be a sucker to buy a croissant for $35.
Yep.
A Musables croissant, small size.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dana. Go
there's
ahead.
Cakes, pastries, coffees, buns. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
a bowl of ramen. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Anyhow,
Oh my gosh.
so we're the biggest Jellycat shop in our city, in Calgary.
Wow.
So we sell through a lot. So we had sold through, and we were waiting for the next shipment to come. So we had a double-sided fixture, a rolly fixture, we call it, because you can roll it all over the place, that was empty. So my one of the managers approached me, like I was working in the kids section that day, and she's like, "Do you think you'd be able to put some books out and just sort of fill this up, no problem, and maybe tie it into the new spring release of Jellycats, which was asparagus, carrots, shamrock, broccoli, and there's something else I can't remember."
Oh, so all green?
It was like, well, not all green, but like a lot of vegetable based.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sure, I can do this. So I went to the kids section. I picked out books, like some of them were, The Mushroom of Doom was one that I picked up. Like, I just went for like really fun titles that people probably never heard of. And, if you're a famous author, you don't need me to put your book in a display because people will come in looking for it. So I wanted to pull out these really obscure titles. So The Mushroom of Doom was one. Another one was This Broccoli is Trying to Kill Me, or something like that. Just like really funny, silly titles. And I had set it up on both sides. On one side I did all vegetables, and the other side I did like all not commonplace animals, like slugs and snails and capybaras and all these kind of like their story time picture books. And then I called my manager over, and I'm like, "I'm done. Is it okay?" And she went, "Oh my God!" And she had to go get our general manager to show the general manager so they could take a picture. And I was just like, "What's happening? Like, is it not good?" Because I just sort of did what came naturally to me, right? I picked a theme, I made a display, and like that was. And I guess they're not used to part-time employees being able to do this.
Putting in the effort, though.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I was a merchandiser for many years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I understand how to, how colors complement each other, and what will catch the eye, and using height as a eye-catching tool and all this kind of stuff. So, and by the end of the night, we had sold out of Mushroom of Doom, and we had sold out of the killer broccoli or whatever.
Oh my gosh, those lucky authors.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's stuff like that sort of just brings me so much joy now, because I have no responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
So let me ask,
like if I build it
at your store, do you carry your books?
We do.
Yeah.
We don't have all of them, but you know what? So let me tell you about this management team. Is unlike any management team I've ever worked with in my entire life. Like, they are truly something special. So Barnes & Noble, I think, also has like a section for employee picks or staff picks or whatever they call them. So one of my managers, when she found out that I was an author, she's like, "Why are your books not on the staff picks as your own staff pick?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Because that feels like weird and wrong." And she's like, "No, put it up there. Put it up there right now." I'm like, "Well, okay." Like, they're so supportive of everybody. They take care of their employees. Like, if you're not well, that's fine. Go home. Well, like, they understand that happy, healthy employees are vital to keeping the business afloat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is strange for a retailer.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It is.
So, yeah, nobody's made to feel bad if they're sick and they have to go home, or if they have to call off for a day, or if they have to leave to go pick up a kid. And because they've cultivated this environment of let's just be supportive and move on, none of us are bitter ever about, okay, well, my workload just increased. So, okay, it's fine.
Oh,
right?
Like, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah. So I don't know. I willingly show up. I'm happy to go. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to go to work today. But then once I'm there, it's like, oh yeah, this is my full house, because I completely forget that I'm working, and I find things to do and people to talk with, and I'm still getting to know some of my employees. Like, we have one who's a fourth-year medical student.
Oh my gosh!
Like, what? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Right. So we've got a whole bunch of young people who are sort of taking time off, figuring out what they want to do. It's really interesting to me, right? Because they don't want to just jump into university without a plan.
Yeah.
Because college costs money. And if you don't know what you want to do, why are you going to spend that money? So they're working part-time. We don't have any, apart from the management, we don't have any full-time employees.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's part-time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
work-life balance. Holy cow, there is such a thing.
Right? Like, it's good for the company because they don't have to pay benefits to anybody, but on the plus side, it's super easy to get a shift covered.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm learning the ebbs and flows. So right now, all the college students are heading into their finals. Their papers are due, their exams are due. So they'll get scheduled and they'll post their shift. We have a system where you can post your shift and anybody can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is great for me because I can pick up shifts whenever I want.
Yeah.
And in the summer, when I don't want to work so much, and they do, they'll pick up the shifts that I post. Yeah. It's a very different, retail for me right now is so different than what it was 25 or 26 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I feel like that positive management, we need to get that more.
Yeah.
We're not so positive here. I mean, we're okay here, but I think just the health of the employees, associates, all of that should just
just like you said, it's like a crime to call off at some places, At least where my job, if I call off, the only person's workload who increases, hopefully, is my own. Right. Yeah.
But I think it's been ingrained in our minds that calling off is bad, which it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be bringing your germs, or if you really don't feel good, or if you need a mental health day, you stay home.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like it's been ingrained that, because we have someone on the team right now that wasn't feeling well, and I could tell when they were writing me, they felt really bad.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to just go get antibiotics and then I'm going to come back. I'm like, do not come back, because then 2 people that you're working with are also going to get sick. Go home. But I don't want to use up my time. It's just it's fine. Go home. We'll figure it out. You feel bad for that people feel like they have to work and that they feel bad that if they call off,
Yeah. Well, that's another thing, is using our PTO for a sick day.
Yeah.
Who wants to spend their vacation time home sick? Nobody does.
No. But as part-timers, we don't have any sick days, so we just don't get paid.
Yeah.
Which is it's okay for me. I'm all right with that.
Right.
But this is like really interesting. And when I really started to think, holy crap, this management team is really something special, is my father passed away in October, and I was in the middle of a shift when I got the call. Here's the other thing I can't wrap my head around. Everybody has their cell phones on them on the sales floor.
Oh, wow.
Like, wait, what?
And no one's telling them to put them away?
No. And they encourage it because they want us to be like, ooh, you want to share something on social media? Go for it. Or use it as a tool to look up stuff for customers. Like, we have handheld units that are really quite, I won't say robust because they're like old iPhones, but they have all the tools that we need. The problem is at Christmas, we have more people on the sales floor than we have these digital handheld units available. So they sort of like, yeah, you can have your phone. It's no problem as long as you're, focusing on the customer and blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I never had my phone on the floor ever because I'm old school. Like there are two things you don't do on a sales floor. You don't have your phone, and you don't chew gum.
Yeah.
That's just me, right? So on my break, I go and I get my phone, and I see that my cousin has texted me. He's phoned me, and basically I called him back because my father was ill, and he's like, "I'm very sorry to tell you, your dad passed away." So I'm in the middle of my shift. So I go and I'm like, okay, I'll be in. I don't know when I'll be in, but I'm going to work on it. So I go right to my manager and I say, I just found out my dad just passed away like 15 minutes ago. And she says, oh my God. She goes, okay, go. We got you covered. I'm going to take care of all your shifts. Don't you worry about anything. You just go take care of what you need to take care of. And I think I floored her because I said, I actually want to finish up my shift because this is like a sanctuary for me, and it'll allow me to process what has happened and what I need to do. But I just need to take a little bit of a longer break so that I can start booking airfare and call my husband and book airfare and book a hotel and, get to Toronto. And they were just so dreamy about the whole thing. Like, yep, whatever you need. I'm taking your shifts off right now. Like, no questions about, well, how long are you going to be gone and when are you leaving? And I actually feel like a human being in this company.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is not far from what it was 26 years ago. I mean, the focus was a little bit different. We weren't so customer focused. We were for sure sales focused.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I like it. I will proudly say I served my time in retail, and now I have gone back, like a prisoner who gets out of jail and goes back because the food is good and there's 3 square meals a day, right? And you've got a bed and nobody's harassing you.
You couldn't acclimate to the outside. You had to go back.
That's right. Yeah. It was scary out there for a while.
It's a little sunny outside. We got to go back in for a while.
Yeah. And Christmas was insane. And also I've got the experience now of all the years of retail behind me. So when my manager pulls me aside and says, you need to set your goals for Q1, I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. Instead of I used to fight these things, because I would come up with goals, and then my manager would be like, "No, we need you to focus on this and focus on that." And now, when they tell me to do something, I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah,
no problem." Like we have a loyalty program, and we have to sign people up for this. It's a free program, so it's not a hard sell. But everybody nowadays is like tired of being sold something, even if it's free.
Right.
So and my manager will say to me, you got to get your numbers up. Do you need some strategies? And instead of rolling my eyes and going, oh God, not this bullshit again, I say, yes, please help me. Give me the strategies, because I know you're going to sit me down. We're going to do some role playing, and then we're not going to talk about it for 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. When we circle back and you say, and the manager says to me, so your numbers haven't gone up that much. What are you still struggling with? How can we help? And then it'll start the whole conversation all over again. I'll just do it, right?
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's so nice to work for nice people, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And it's nice to be in the retail environment by choice.
Yes.
Not by needing to find a job and then finding a job and then keeping the job, and you get used to having a steady paycheck. I have the luxury of that not being a consideration. Although the paycheck is kind of nice.
It's fun,
right,
right. And it gets you out of the house, as they say.
Well, that's the biggest part for me, right? So I'm not sitting around at home, and I talk to people for 5 hours every day.
Yeah.
Yep. That's neat.
Yeah.
Dream job.
Yeah. And the coolest part is when I can sell somebody one of my books directly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have they asked you to sign them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
Like I'll use, if somebody comes in and they don't know really what they want, I'll ask them what they like to read. And if it's kind of adjacent to what I write, I'll recommend it. I'll say, this is a really good one. And I know it's really good because I wrote it. And they're like, what? You wrote it? I'm buying this right now. Will you sign it for me? Yeah.
Just at that Indigo bookstore, there's an uptick in sales with Dana's books.
Right.
Yeah. It's true, actually.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So are you in all Indigos or just the one you're working at?
My book is in all Indigos in my city.
Oh, okay.
So
and that's Calgary, right?
Calgary. Yeah. And I'm stretching my wings and moving into the Toronto market, which is East Canada.
Okay.
I'm originally from Toronto, and I thought, I need to expand the market. So the nice thing about working for Indigo is I now have access to all the right people in the company, like through the company email, so I can bypass all that, like all the spam filters and all the this email comes from an outside address. Like none of that happens now, right? Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's a nice So that's a nice side effect of having of going back into the retail environment is I now have a direct pipeline.
Wow, so fun. Did you have anything funny happen over the holidays or anything at the bookstore? We were just like, oh boy, can't wait to tell the girls about this one.
Okay, so all right, yeah. Okay, it's not like totally clean, but it's not really dirty. So we sell along with books, we sell things like candles, pajamas, sweatshirts, book covers, some like sweet stuff, and mugs. And this one woman, she came up with some mugs, and our tags are on the bottom of the mugs. So I turn over one of the mugs to scan the bottom on the cash, and something falls out. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And it was this little tiny black thing. I didn't know what it was. So I pick it up, and it was a little tiny 3D printed penis. So I said to the lady, I held it in my palm, and I said, "Is this yours?" And she looked at it and goes, "Is that a penis?" Like super loud. And then everybody was like, "What? What's going on?" So one of my coworkers, she's like, "Oh, I have to show this to the store manager." So, and it was like so carefully crafted, like the balls were flat on the bottom so it could sit standing up.
Yeah, right. Like, it was always happy to see you. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was maybe like an inch and a half.
Oh, that's
big.
so funny.
Huge. So my coworker, she took it to the manager, and the manager says, "Oh yeah, we've seen these before. Somebody is randomly 3D printing penises and putting them in places."
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So yeah, that was it was hilarious.
So you just randomly find them everywhere?
Oh gosh!
Yeah. Occasionally we'll find them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I haven't found another yet, but
I'm sure they're hiding there somewhere.
They're hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, and also ducks, like the little
plastic, that's very popular.
Ducks. Yeah, people will put those around the store. We'll find those.
You know, that's very popular on ships.
Ships
on
cruise
ships.
The ducks we find them everywhere when we go on vacation and stuff. Yeah, people and they'll put like where it's from and stuff. Yeah, that's a really big popular thing.
Yeah, and then another coworker of mine, she found Jesus. Literally, it was a teeny tiny little plastic Jesus that somebody had like placed in. I don't remember where she said she found it, but yeah, she found Jesus.
That is so funny.
That's fun.
I'm glad to hear that kids are still doing little pranks like that.
Yeah, because I'm sick of like finding cherry seeds.
Ew.
And like, you know what I mean? I'd rather find Jesus in a small penis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not in that same aisle, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. Than the chewed up, spit out cherry pits.
Or the half opened cookies from the third shift eating them. You know, I'd rather find the fun stuff.
Yeah.
But
we still get that too.
We have paper coupon fairies at some of our stores. Like they will stick they're not going to buy the items.
With
They'll
the product.
stick the coupons with the product.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
comes in like their magazine
cool.
and stuff. Yeah. So we do have that.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty popular.
Yeah.
See that a lot.
Yeah.
And people will use them. They'll grab them and buy the item.
Yeah.
So
I do.
I think that's nice.
Yeah. But what's interesting is I have a lot more empathy for my managers then, because first of all, I'm not a manager, so there's no competition. Like I don't have anything to prove. I'm not being compared to your metrics at all. And as a former retail manager, I understand your pressure, and I'm empathetic to that.
Yeah.
So I know that you have to constantly tell us over and over again, like, how many people did you sign up? How are you going to sign up people? How many people did you sign up? Like, I know this is part of your job, so I don't take it as an affront, and I express when I feel that recently there was a policy change that has just increased the workload for the managers. Oh. And I'll say something to them that, like, I feel bad because I know that this is just one more thing that you have to do that you really don't have time to do.
Right.
You have to do it.
You get it, what they're going through.
Right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Amazing.
I have zero regrets. Will I stay long term? I don't know. We'll see how I make it through another Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, like 4 hours straight on cash is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
That
right?
is. Yeah.
But and what's interesting is in my day you had people who were assigned areas, and that was your area for your shift, including cash. Yeah, and now the model that they work with is everybody does at least 1 hour in their shift on cash.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So and the only time you'll get stuck up there is at Christmas.
Yeah.
When, there's like 50 people in line and every cash register and all the handheld scanning units, everything's going.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was really interesting that nobody is stuck up at the cash for the entire day, because that can get overwhelming and exhausting because you're talking nonstop.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there certain things that you have to say while you're up there? Like certain questions that they ask?
Oh, yeah.
You have like your secret shopper questions and stuff. Yeah.
You know what? We've never even talked about a secret shopper.
No.
So I don't even know if we have any. But there are certain things at certain times of the year. Like, well, we always have to talk about the loyalty program.
Yeah.
And sign up as many people as we possibly can. But then there are seasonal things that happen. Like right now, we are in the middle of a campaign called The Love of Reading, which raises money for community schools that are underprivileged, I guess. Mm-hmm. And all the money that we raise, like every store across the country is involved in this. Mm. And then once all the money's collected, they parcel that out to, they choose like 3 schools per store, and they all get to share the money so that they can buy books for their school library.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to talk about that and ask for a donation of every single person that we put through the register. And it surprises me how people will be like, yeah, okay, $10. Sure, $5. And I'm like, wow, like $10, that's like milk and bread.
Yeah.
Like right now,
No
right?
kidding.
Like everything's so expensive right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm just so impressed when people are like, yeah, okay, I'll do $1, I'll do $2 or $5 or $10. I had a guy go $50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But again, like that, my management team they worked with all of us to come up with a pitch that felt natural and that worked with us, worked for us. Because when it first started, I was like, I hate asking people for money.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
I hate when people ask me for money. I'm like, no, I'm the poor one. I need the money.
Right. Yeah. And then the last time we did it was, I think must have been October, before Christmas, last October. And I had one woman just lose her SHIT on me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, about how, you know what? I was a teacher for many years and I gave lots of my own money already. So don't ask me to give any more. I gave my blood, my sweat, my tears, and my money, and I'm done with it. I'm like,
okay. You don't have to donate.
Right? Yeah.
A simple no would do.
Right? Yeah. But it's funny, like I watch my coworkers, they get all, like they're young and not as experienced with peopling as I am. and they get really flustered. Like one associate, one coworker had to go home for the day because he had a really tough customer and could not cope. I'm like, oh, so like, is it because I have 25 years in retail, or I had a decade in retail 25 years ago that kind of made me immune to this kind of stuff? Or is it because I'm older and I don't really give a crap? Like, take your bad attitude somewhere else. And I've done that where somebody has been like completely rude and dismissive, and I just sort of, I tilt my head and I walk away.
Yeah.
Like I don't even engage.
Yeah, good for you.
And we're encouraged to like not engage if somebody's being unreasonable.
I just had that happen on Monday morning. I walked into a store, had something happen. This woman was just like fire. I mean, it was like 7:00 in the morning, and I went, whoa. And I think my reaction to her, she realized like, what maybe I am a little horse. Yeah, maybe I am being an ass. Yeah. And I just went, oh, okay, and walked away. And later on, she came and apologized. And my whole reaction was, whoa. Like, I just was like, it was just the strangest thing.
See, I like feeding the beast. Let's see how far we can get this to go, you know?
I used to be like that, but now I walk away. Because I don't like the shaky feeling or that adrenaline that comes up.
I like the adrenaline. I'm like,
because I got a mouth on me, and, that could get me in trouble, you know? I don't love my job, but I like my job, so I don't want to lose it. You know?
We don't love our jobs. We need our jobs.
We need our jobs right now. I try not to be too sassy, but it was rough.
Yeah. I used to be like you, Cass. Yeah. And now I'm more like Meredith. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I got 4 more hours in the store. I'm not letting you wreck that for me today. Bye.
Exactly. I got a display to make with broccoli. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. $85 broccoli.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So,
it's the Labubus. Wasn't the Labubus a big thing, too?
Yeah. We had Labubus, too. But
I feel they're falling off now. People are, like, giving them away now.
Yeah. Nobody cares. Yeah. So the Jelly Cats are so the Nido is the crazy stuff now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when I work, we carry our Nido in our kids section, and I always know let me tell you, we have thousands of units, like up until Christmas and into the new year. Like, we were stacked high. Wow. So much Nido. It was always popular with like the 14 to 16 crowd.
Yeah.
We had so much. And then somebody in the middle to end of February, did a TikTok that just went viral. And in 3 days, we were wiped out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at it right now on the screen, like what they are.
Yeah. It's like it's the new fidget toy.
Right.
Oh, okay. So it's not candy or anything like that. It's something to hang on to.
Yeah. It's
and collect.
Like you squeeze them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You squeeze them, right? And the kids love them. They're they fidget with them in school, and then the really dumb ones put them in the microwave and watch them explode. And every week there's a story of another kid whose face got burned because they were watching the and it exploded. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
A little pizza.
So, Tide Pod ingestion version 2.0, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, at least the Nido looks more affordable than the jellies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, it stinks like a gas station.
Oh, it does?
Like it smells like rubber and like...
Yeah, so we have like a drawer with samples. And not last week, but the week before, I was cleaning up in the kids section, and I opened the door. I'm like, whoa. Ugh. Like, I could seriously huff this and get high.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that it stank like that. And apparently it takes a bit of time to diffuse the smell.
Sick.
But
I'm looking through some of the reviews on it, and there's one for scary apple chips. Or that's the person, and it says, this is the best Nido I have ever owned. It made me very happy. It's perfect for squishing and butting my fingers on.
Yeah.
What's butting your fingers on? Like butting? Like
yeah.
I don't even
Probably meant pudding, maybe. I don't know.
Putting my fingers on?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would think, yeah. Oops.
Someone called Squishy just said, I just was looking at it on your online website and it looks good in my opinion. These are young. These are young
gotta be
reviews.
kids.
It's cute.
Yeah. And the kids, like, they come in, like, as soon as they walk in the door, I know you're not here for books. Like, I know you're looking for Nido.
That's so funny.
Wow. Or Jellycats if the parents are with.
Yeah.
His parents are probably paying for that, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
But the funny thing is, like, the retail brain never shuts off.
No.
Never. And I thought I was over it and that I could just be quiet, but we were away on the weekend. We were in a small town in Banff. So Banff is like in the mountains, a lovely place. You should look it up. So there was a store there that had, like, there's a million souvenir stores. And there's a Christmas shop. They've got Christmas all year round. Like, beautifully merchandised, so well organized. It's like, as a retailer to go in, it's like, I hear the angels singing, because if I want to find the Grinch Christmas stuff, it's all in one shop.
Yeah.
In one area. If I want to find Western themed ornaments, those are all in one area. Like, it's so brilliant. And then there's a store and they have some Nido. And I said to the girl behind the counter, who looked at me like I had 4 heads when I told her, I said, if I were you, I would write on a piece of paper, "We have Nido," and stick that in your door and watch people come in.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, what? Why? I'm like, oh, my Lord, because it's like the hottest thing and nobody has it.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you like, you don't have a TikTok, do you, lady?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I was like, put the sign on the door. We have Nido.
Look at this beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
I've heard of Banff before, but I've never.
Beautiful.
I mean, I've probably seen like people there on TikTok or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's only
an
28
hour from
there.
my house.
Oh, yeah. What's your temperature right now up there?
So right now we are about 32, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I won't complain
it's about
anymore.
34, actually. 34.
I think
it's not bad.
I think we got to 68 today.
So it's coming up by you.
Nice.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, so here's something really interesting about the city of Calgary. So we are on the eastern edge of the Rocky Mountains.
Okay.
So weather is really hard to predict, and weather is really unhinged sometimes. So we had last week, the week before, we were up in the 50s, 60s, even 70s.
Yeah.
Which for a northern town in Canada is unusual at this time of year. But it happens periodically, but not for days in a row. So today we wake up, it's a little overcast. Who knows what's going to happen? So because we are on the edge of the Rockies, it disrupts weather, and weather can vary from one end of the city to the other. So I had to go up to the north part of the city today, and it was like a whiteout blizzard.
Oh my God.
3 feet of 3 feet of snow, whiteout blizzard.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, this is gonna be a fun drive home, because it wasn't snowing when I left, but it just started. And I start driving home super slow like everybody else, because the roads, it caught everybody off guard.
Yeah.
So there's no snow removal, there's no salt being thrown down. Everything is very slippery because the temperature started dropping really quickly. So all this big white fluffy snow that was getting driven over was freezing.
Oh my gosh.
So it was treacherous. And I get to the halfway point in the city. So our city's divided into north and south, and then east and west. So I get to the south, I cross the line into the south part of the city, and I'm like, am I in a dystopia? It's blue sky, not a stitch of snow anywhere. I just came from 3 feet, and there's no snow. And I'm just like, this city is wild sometimes, how, in the space of 3 miles, it's a different climate.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And that's because of the mountains, because it messes things up.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I feel like sometimes we get that in the Midwest. It'll be snowing in one town and not in the other, and you're just like,
well,
it'll melt by tomorrow where it is snowing.
Yeah.
it could be raining by you and not even by me. It's just
Yeah. But is 68 normal for you guys at this time of year?
I mean, that's a little warm,
Yeah.
I'd say high 50s is pretty normal for now.
today was a warmer day.
Yeah. We did get a 75 last weekend. or the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Oh, glorious.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember a few years ago, we had 75 in February.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, what the hell's going on, you know? But
Right.
we haven't seen that
and
again.
And you still had that neighbor who didn't take down their Christmas lights.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's their fault. It's their fault. That's why
who
this is all
blame.
happening.
Yep. It's the ones who don't take down their Christmas stuff. They keep the winter going.
Right?
Well, so what's next with books and stuff,
one.
Dana?
Yeah.
You have another book you're
So
writing?
what's next? I have been writing a book for 2 years. It's killing me softly and slowly. I said to my husband, I don't think I've ever written a book that has been so complicated and so hard for me to write ever. And he just rolled his eyes and he's like, you say that about every single book that you write. But this one, like normally within 2 years, I already have a first draft done, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Which is why we went to Banff, so that my husband and one of our sons could ski and I could sit with pretty views and just sort of like work out this writer's block or whatever the heck is going on with me. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get past that and then I will have a new book come out, not next year. I don't think, probably, well, maybe the end of next year.
I was going to say, yeah.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've had a book come out almost every year since 2018, so it just feels weird to not have a book come out this year, but that's all right.
You have your retail life right now, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and I'm getting lots of material, right?
I was going to say, you get lots of ideas from all them people with you, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, all the crazy, and we have a gentleman who comes in once a week and buys a bunch of travel guides, like Lonely Planet and Fromer or Fedoras and all those kind of things. And then he brings them back at the end of the week.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird. And they're like in pristine condition. So I don't know if there's like a mental health issue going on or if he's just like, I'll just like look at these a little bit and dream. And then when I'm done, I'll take them back.
Yeah, weird.
So,
and he's allowed to do that every week?
Yeah.
He is allowed to do it because when he doesn't do it, he is buying books for everybody else in his family. So he's a good customer. So we kind of just like, okay, sure.
Yeah. Huh.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. As long as the books are resellable, and they always are. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to say, as long as they're not gross, you can put them back on the shelf, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe he's the one sneaking the penises in.
Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll watch them next time. Yeah.
He's hiding them good if she only found one.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. Part of me really wanted to go through all the mugs and see, but I was like, I don't have time for that.
That's another 5-hour shift some other time.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And I never have that much free time to just sort of. That's the nice thing too with the dedicated merchandising crew. There's none of that pressure to be like, cleaning up or, constantly organizing or dusting or whatever. I do those things when it's quiet and I do them happily.
Yeah.
The only one thing that drives me nuts, and it always drove me nuts when I was a manager, was when I understand that there are busy times and some things don't happen. But the cash desk area needs to be pristine at the start of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it will create chaos for your incoming shift.
Yeah.
And I seem to be, just me and one of my managers are the only ones who are obsessed with like, okay, if I start at 9:45, our store opens at 10. So if I start at 9:45, I'm up there like getting all the books that were left behind away and cleaning up the hangers and all the security tags, and like I'm booking it for 15 minutes because I truly believe that I know that I like to work in an environment that's tidy and organized.
Right.
And also the customer does not need to see that first thing in the morning.
Right.
Because even though they may not consciously notice it, subconsciously they're picking up on, ooh, it's really messy back there. Do they really care about anything in here?
Yeah.
Right? I notice that kind of stuff. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
If you look behind,
Mm-hmm. That was always a big thing when I was running the front end is you walk around and you clean up all the cash registers, you get the returns, you do the, wipe down your
Yeah.
belt. We got the belts, the conveyor belt, whatever,
Yeah.
And every once in a while, you'd get a customer mad about that. Well, it's all wet. And it's like, well, I just cleaned it.
Yeah.
There was meat juice on it.
Yeah.
I'll happily let you put your stuff on the meat juice next time.
Here, give me your bread.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't please
Squish it.
everybody.
No, never.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. That's the truest statement ever.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for
Great.
all of this. This
Yeah.
has been so great. Nice to
Thank
see you
you.
again,
So
too.
lovely.
Yeah, good catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time
Yeah,
not so
yeah,
long.
and
Maybe
I'm-
we'll chat with you next year or something. We won't let it go 4 years or
Right.
whatever it was.
Yeah. I'll keep stock of some of the more interesting stories from the bookstore. So
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
you would think it's a bookstore. It's not. I always say it's not a library. It's still a retail environment,
Yep.
and all the crazy has to come through, no matter what.
It
Right,
does.
right.
Can you
Yeah.
tell everyone where to find you, especially books? And I mean, they can find you at
Okay,
Indigo, but
so-
where can they find you online?
So all my books are on Amazon.
Okay.
They're like available on Kindle, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Nook, Walmart. Not in the stores, but on the websites for Walmart, Target, all the retailers.
Amazing.
You can visit my website, which is danagoldstein.ca, and you can see everything in one place. Makes it super easy.
Yep.
I have a newsletter that goes out every 2 weeks. That is a just sort of a peek behind the curtain to what into what it's like to be an author, but also what it's like to be a bookseller / retailer. I sometimes share fun stories from those things that happen at a bookstore that people be like, "Wait, really?" It's a joyful, mostly joyful newsletter that I put out every 2 weeks.
Oh, fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, so fun.
All on my website.
Yeah, good.
Amazing. Thanks, Dana.
Thank you.
Ah,
It was good catching up with you. Can't wait to
too.
see the new book that comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah, I gotta finish writing the bloody thing first.
Well, good luck with that.
yeah. Thanks,
Thank
Dana.
you. So good to see you guys.
You too.
Take care.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.